Hi guys, this is Roberta Montagnini, and yes, this is my office. Welcome. Yeah, I know it's messy. I haven't had the patience to just let's ignore that part. So instead of doing my office and organizing my move, I decided to create a new tutorial, a new video, a new editing video so you guys can learn and see what I do. And I hope it's useful. Let me know at the end of the video if you enjoy it, and let's go. And in today's video, I will be editing this beautiful image here. And it's just to show you that you don't need to have an image that, it's completely crafted beginning to end. This girl, she came to a photo shoot last year to help a friend that was being photographed by me. She did not want to be photographed, but I insisted because she has such a beautiful smile and she's really cute. So I'm going to be editing this image and I'm going to show you how I transform the image. So to begin with, let me just delete this. This was an accident. So the image is here untouched. And to begin with, I will create my quick retouch. I will just click here on my quick retouch and set up, and it should create all these things here for me, so I don't have to suffer. And as always, on the healing layer, I'm going to be using my healing brush tool, and I'm just going to be concealing, fixing her skin like that. So I sample an area that I think is nice, and I just go over like this. My computer was showing some weird flashings. It was flashing something right now. I hope it doesn't explode. Computer now is 3 years old, but I think it's still pretty young. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm just, like every image I retouch, I always go through the skin to fix anything that is too obvious to the eye, any blemishes. Like here, I just start editing and it just increased. But her skin is really great. She has no makeup. Maybe she has some lipstick, like a gloss. That's about it. Okay, let me zoom out. Let me check her arms. So there are a few other spots here on the arms. Not many. I'm gonna remove this one here too. Okay, I think the image is nice. All right, so next up, I'm gonna go with on the clone tool here. I'm gonna fix her hair. I'm gonna get the clone stamp tool, which is this one here that looks like a stamp. I'm going to select a brush that is a little bit hard, so not 100%, maybe around here 24. I'm gonna make a little click and the computer is flashing. So I'm gonna come back in a second. I'm just gonna restart Photoshop, problems. Let's wait this to save. I'll be back. Hi guys, I'm back, and thankfully, seems like Photoshop is working. Let's get going. As I was saying, I'm using the clone tool, and I'm gonna be like erasing fixing the flyaways. So I like to leave a little bit of an opacity, not opacity, a hardness, a little bit of softness. So when I delete, it does not create like a lot of harsh lines. So I like using like this. Does that make any sense? Like I realize sometimes I talk and yep, no sense at all. So yeah, I'm just canceling, I'm just deleting the hair here and just making sure the hair looks clean, like cleaner. The opacity I'm using now 50 and 100 flow, and you're probably gonna see much better now here that I'm working on this top part of her hair. I do not want to create sharp lines, so things like this, they're too fake. So I always like leaving a little bit of a softness around it. I'm gonna reduce the opacity to 80, increase the opacity to 80. And also, this thing that I'm doing here, it varies from hair to hair. Some people have much bigger hair or different textures, and what may work for this type of image, you know, this type of hair may not work for a different type of hair. So now the image is cleaner, I think. You can see here before and after, a little bit cleaner. What I will do now, I'm just gonna create a duplicate. I'm gonna create like a screenshot and of everything that is from here and below, and I'm gonna just merge them with Control Command E. So now that I have that, I'm gonna use my, I'm gonna go to Filter and Liquify. I'm gonna give her hair maybe some waves. Let's see if it's gonna work. So I try to follow the natural shape of her own hair. So there would be another wave here and maybe a baby one here. And try to lift here a bit more. Now, because you can see like I mixed her face, I can just use the Option key on my keyboard, and if I'm holding this, the Option, if I hold the Option and I just click over, I bring whatever her face was before back to normal. So if I think I've done too much on the hair, I can go there too and, you know, get it fixed like that. I love Liquify because you can transform an image pretty easily. So I'm gonna make her fix her body a little bit. I mean, it doesn't need fixing, but this is for demonstration purposes so you can see how it is done. So her t-shirt here is a bit loose. I'm just gonna bring this a little bit closer. And I'm gonna try to get her legs, oops. See, there's the curve here of her leg. I'm just gonna bring this down like that. I'm gonna give a little lift. And let's see if I can create the waves. Here, just so you know, the hair looks like it has waves all around. Okay, I think that's good. Now, okay, I click okay. Now the image is more, you know, crafted that way. So I've edited her hair. I will move on to, let me see. I'm gonna create a new layer over it, and I'm gonna be fixing some of the flyaways. To do this, I'm selecting this spot healing brush, and I'm just gonna go over some hair like here, like this, just to make it more polished. And stay tuned so if you know how I can fix all these white spots on her t-shirt. Very simple. I'm gonna show you how to do it. Okay, now I'll be using frequency separation now. I'm gonna use frequency separation before dodge and burn. So on this last layer, I'm just gonna click and run my frequency separation 8-bit because my image is 8-bit. If my image was 16 bits, then I would click on the 16-bit channel right here. So now on the brush layer where it says brush here, I'm gonna select my brush and opacity and flow, I'm gonna set it to 20%. I'm gonna try to even her skin tones just ever so slightly. You don't want to overdo this. I mean, you can. It all depends on what you're trying to achieve. So now is where you're gonna be shiny as a makeup artist. You know, sometimes you cannot do makeup on live models, you know, on a real person in real time, but you can. You're a master at makeup and post-processing, you know, using Photoshop. So go nuts, do what your heart tells you to. If it's a client though, be careful, don't exaggerate, don't overdo, because some people might be like, oh, actually I thought I was pretty, but I'm not, because you just changed me completely. But you know, sometimes the photographs, they need some help, because maybe you don't have any makeup, maybe you're not ready for a photo shoot, maybe you have a breakout on your skin, you know, for whatever reason. I love Photoshop and I use it all the time on my photos, on everybody's photos, even on babies. Yes, even on babies. Not that I photograph babies that much anyway. Okay, I think I overdone here on the eye, which is normal, which is okay. So I can just go back with my eraser. I'm gonna set the flow to 20 and opacity to 10. I'm just gonna cancel here a bit more. Delete, because I overdid. Now brush back. Brush set to 20 or flow 20, and I'm just gonna brush again. Now back here on the color, I'm gonna try to even the tones of her skin. And don't forget arms and any other skin, because some people sometimes may, you know, do a grand work on the face and on the neck, but they forget the rest, and you look at it and be like, huh, it does not look like they belong. What I also like doing, and you see like knuckles, I like evening the tones, because knuckles are normally darker than, sometimes can be darker than the rest of our hand. So I just like evening the tones on the knuckles a bit more. Okay, here you can see the before and after. I haven't done much. I'm gonna fix a bit more here near her eyebrows. Oh, too much there. Okay, and now the next step, I'm gonna use dodge and burn. So on the dodge layer, I'm gonna select my brush, make sure it's white, and I'm gonna set the flow to 10% because I'm gonna lighten her eyes a bit. So where it's lighter, I'm just gonna go over with the brush and just enhance a bit more. And I'm gonna enhance some highlights too, little highlights that I see. Gonna highlight here on her lip. And if you overdo, you can always erase what you've done when you're on a mask using the black. So now I'm gonna be using the dark layer from Dodge and Burn, and I'm gonna be contouring her face. 100 of opacity, flow 2%. I'm gonna change the brush by adjusting here. You know, you can adjust your brush to reflect anything you want. So you can just rotate and you know that reflects. So if we want to do diagonal, you can just rotate your brush. You can switch to the other side. And you can just reset by clicking the brush again, soft round. I'm gonna increase the flow to 10% because I wanna add some darkness here next to her roots. And now back at 2%. So what I like doing is emphasizing the face. So under the neck, see, you know where the neck is, I normally like making it slightly darker than the face. This is something that makes bring more attention to the face if you want. And I go back with the dodge as well because you never know if you might need it more or not, but you can always go back and forth with your tools. I think that's looking pretty good. You can see here before and after. Now I'm going to use I'm gonna use here, let's say, I'm gonna use this soft light, dodge and burn. Gonna go close. I can give her a little makeup. I'm gonna give her a little bit of a makeup next to her eye. So I'm selecting my soft round brush, flow 10, opacity 100, and set to black. And I'm just gonna paint here. I think it's too strong. I'm gonna do 3%. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of a makeup here on the edge of her eyes, on the corners, not the edge, or is it an edge as well? Now I can fill some gap here on the eyebrows too. She has really nice shaped eyebrows. Okay, I think that made it look a little bit more impactful. Now I'm also gonna add some darkness here on her eyes, just to enhance her eyes a bit more. And her lip. And now I'm gonna give a little glow to her skin. I use this glow for light skin. I'm gonna set it the flow to 10%, the opacity 100, and I'm just gonna brush like that. And I'm gonna brush here where the hair is. Okay, so now the image is pretty much finished. I'm just gonna merge all visible. Oops, not that one, just here. So you can see the before and after with the image. And what I will do, I'm gonna show you how to get rid of all these spots here. So I have this dust and scratches tool that I created, and all I have to do is to use my brush, set it to 100 opacity, 100 on flow, and I just brush away like this. Oops, 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 oops. One second. Before I do that, duplicate your layer and then use dust and scratches. I was like, what is going on there? Okay, now I can just brush away and all the dust and all the things that were once visible, they are now gone. So the image looks now much more polished. Now here, I'm gonna just, let me see if I can get rid of this. I can. So I'm just gonna merge them together. I'm gonna get the patch tool here. I'm gonna make a selection. And I'm just gonna sort of clean the background a bit more. And the image is done. So all you have to do now is just add your own filter. You can use a color toning if you like the color toning, and then you just, I like this one, so I create a preset for that already. So you can just drag it down a bit, and your image is completely finished. And this is the before, and this is the after. Before and after. Before and after. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, please let me know why you didn't like it. And if you've been doing this with your images, experimenting with how I retouch, please let me know, tag me. I'd love to see what you've been creating and doing. And that's it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on the social network, social media. Let me know you're enjoying this video, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.